Hey guys, I know you can't really see me, but we are here on Hilliard. We are at the fire that has been going on for quite some time here. We have firefighters trying to work really hard to make sure that everybody is safe, make sure everybody gets out of the surrounding buildings. It seems like they're all vacated. I'll give you a look at what we're seeing here. Fire trucks obviously making sure that the fire is out, but they are still working. People here have been vacated from the buildings next door. We talked to one guy who says that it has been quite a scene because this fire started so quickly and erupted so fast and so violently that he says that it was really difficult for him to even know what to do because he was in shock. So let me get you a closer look here. You can see what used to be this building. You can see the fact that it's now deciding to like fall apart. I mean, it's been doing this for quite some time, but as I mentioned before, from what we can tell, there have been no injuries, but they have closed off the bridges from Hilliard and Worcester, right there, that intersection. You cannot come down here, and Hilliard and Riverside, I believe, as well, is also closed, so they're not allowing people to come down this road because of this fire. Like I mentioned before, all of these people are out and trying to figure out what they should be doing next because the fire just kind of took them by surprise. No one expected this. Right now, unfortunately, there is no power either on this whole entire block, so people are without power, but we do have Dominion Energy that came out, but they can't do anything until the fire's completely put out for safety reasons. I'm trying to hold the camera still. It's a little cold out here, but I'm doing my best. But anyway, as we have heard, no injuries at this point. Right now, we are getting sound with Rocky River Fire Department. They should be updating us on what's been happening over the past hour or so. The cause of this fire, not determined right now, obviously, is way early stages, so we're not going to be able to know that information until a little bit later on, so hang tight while we get that for you. Could be some days because this fire was so big and so quick. Yes, power is out on this whole entire block, so a lot of people are in the cold, literally standing out in the cold, and then others down the block who are still able to be in their homes are actually in the cold because they do not have their power if they're using power for their heat source. So we are trying to keep everybody up to date on what's going on. If you're just now tuning in, we are on Hilliard, where an apartment complex which was under construction, nobody lived there, which is the fortunate part. Nobody lived there, but it caught fire. A lot of people are speculating about what it could be because it happened so quickly and it kind of just erupted. People next door in this building right here had to be evacuated. I'm gonna try to get a little closer for you guys. They were telling us that if the firefighters had not wet the roof, that it would have completely consumed the building next door because they could feel the fire. It was that close and it was that strong. They could feel the fire from where they were, which is the building next door. Here's a look again at the scene here. Obviously, firefighters are trying to be as careful and safe as possible. We're here now with the Rocky River Fire Department. I'm going to get a little closer so we can get an interview with them. Hi.
Hi.
I'm with Channel 3.
Friend Dorsena. There you go. I'll ask you a few questions here.
Yes, this place, Patricia, was under construction. Nobody was living there. So that's the fortunate part here. And the neighbor that we talked to lives next door, says he's very, very impressed with the fire department. He said they got here quickly. They handled it as fast as they could so that the surrounding buildings were not affected. Hey, okay.
Straight up, Mayor. Hold on just a moment.
Okay. All right, so as you see there, he kind of left for a bit, but he's coming back. Hi.
Hi.
We'll make it quick for you.
That's fine, thank you. Also,
If you'll say and spell your first and last name for me.
Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, Leonard, L-E-N-A-R-T.
Perfect. And what do you do?
I'm fire chief in the city of Rockport.
Fire chief. Okay. Tell me a little bit about when this happened and what we know so far.
It's 17:55 tonight at 5:55. We received a report of a fire on the second, third, and fourth floor. Upon arrival, our crews found the building heavily involved in the fire. With the wind and the air shifts changed tonight, we ended up having the fire extend all 4 stories of the building, as well as extend out on the I-90. We ended up closing I-90 down for fires along I-90. The grass was on fire and such. We went defensive on it to try to extinguish the fire as quickly as possible. Currently, we're still hitting spot fires and still working some fires involved. We did have a fire to the building to the west also, which we are still currently working that fire now.
At this point, how much, I guess, of a completion rate are we at with getting rid of the first fire?
At this point, I'm not sure. We still have fire in there, so we're still actively working the fire.
Do we know of any injuries?
At this point, we have no injuries. Residents, citizens, or personnel on scene.
Perfect. And so something like this, can we speculate how it happened?
At this point, it's too early to tell. It's a large volume of fire. The building was under construction, so the state fire marshal will be here in the morning to assist us with the investigation.
Can we also maybe about how many people got displaced or had to come out of their homes?
I do not have a count on that. Currently, we have the Red Cross en route along with the county EMA to assist us in getting those people taken care of tonight.
As far as the power goes, still out for the entire block, right?
The entire block is out. We do have a condominium complex, a rather large one that is affected right now. We'll be working with First Energy to try to get them power restored as quickly as possible.
I understand the fires have to be out first before the power can be turned back on. Is that right?
It is. For safety of our personnel on the scene, we were forced to cut power to the entire block. With that, once we have the fires contained and pretty much out, then we can start having First Energy restore power to the area.
Okay. I think that's all we have. How long do we expect these roads to be closed?
I don't have a timeline on that either. I would expect through the night.
Through the night. Okay. All right.
I've got to go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so that was the fire chief here. He was pulled away. Clearly, obviously, fluid situation here, so we're still working to get a little bit more information. But for what we just heard, just to recap, do you want to take this mic? Sorry, thank you. From what we heard, recap here, this fire started close to 6 p.m. and from there it got pretty ugly pretty fast. So it was the highway 90 was closed for a bit because the grass had caught fire and we wanted for safety reasons people not to be driving on the highway, so it was closed down for a little bit of time, and the roads here are still going to be closed off probably through the night, so it's going to be some time before people can start making their way back home. When you do get back home on this road here, the power is out, is also something that he was telling us too. So the power is out until further notice. So people are, as you can see, standing around just kind of waiting. It's a little chilly tonight, not as cold as normally I guess it would be, but it's still cold, especially when you're talking about not knowing how long you're going to be out here. So that's what we have right now. Again, we're on Hilliard, where an apartment complex that was under construction, no occupants there, caught fire really quickly, spread really quickly. Fortunate part about this whole situation is that there were no injuries, just a lot of frustrated, scared people out here, which is understandable as we try to figure out what happened, how this happened, and how many people are affected by this. Red Cross is en route as well. Power companies are here as well, just on standby until they are able to get inside of these buildings and start working on the power, or even outside of the buildings, I guess, to work on the power. I think that's about it. We'll keep you updated, obviously, on WKYC.com, and we'll keep you updated on Facebook. We'll make sure you guys are aware of what's going on, especially people who are directly affected by this. But the highway is open, so again, more news that could be seen as positive tonight. Everybody, please stay safe out there, and we'll be sure to check back in with you guys soon.